I probably have a little bit of bias against mobile games. And I want to jump in and get more information because I need to be schooled on, what the differences are between maybe setting up an event or, having adoption into a DAO or a guild as opposed to it being on desktop or PC. Like, what are the traditional differences between mobile and desktop?
Yeah, the first thing that I would point out is that there really aren't a ton of differences, because when you look at the players, they're the same hardcore gamers that are grinding these games for hours a day. It's the same people that are hopping on to have play sessions with friends. It's just the device that they're using is different, right? And I think we've especially seen over the last 5 years or so a huge surge of development in the capabilities of mobile games, right? They're becoming much more robust. You're able to have this incredible gaming experience on mobile devices that you haven't generally been able to have prior than 5 years ago. And then also mobile technology is better than ever. It's now to the point where you literally have a gaming PC in your pocket. I have a phone that has 12 gigs of RAM, 144 hertz screen, and built-in air and liquid cooling. Okay, and that's a phone. So the fact that you can have such a robust gaming experience on mobile is really wild. And I think one of the biggest differences too that mobile has is the accessibility. Because, regardless of where you are in the world, chances are you've got a phone that's capable of playing games. And that makes games so much more accessible, especially with a free-to-play model, to where you can, engage with gaming as a really rabid fan, no matter who you are or where you are. And that's why we've seen mobile take over in the world.
Joao, how does the mobile game adoption look in Brazil? You mentioned like other countries outside of maybe the West, having a better, look at mobile gaming and better access there potentially to at least the communities and setting up kind of like full-on adoption within that country. So how does mobile gaming look or gaming in general look in Brazil?
Yeah, mobile gaming is extremely important here in Brazil. And even when I started working with esports, I understood that it would be a natural way of the development of the esports and the gaming industry here in Brazil. Because, for example, Brazil is the top 5 country in the world in terms of the number of smartphone devices. Everybody here is actually playing a lot of games. The penetration of gaming here is more than 50% of the population. So it was really natural, especially after the success of Free Fire, for example. Free Fire is one of the biggest mobile games in the world. And a big part of this success is actually because of the results they were achieving the last years in Brazil as one of the main regions. So it's really natural for the Brazilian guys to actually develop this mobile gaming appealing. And I totally agree with Matt. Accessibility is a really great point because people here in Brazil, at least a big mass, they don't have the financial power to actually have this high-end devices. And a lot of game developers, they are actually developing some games that have this kind of accessibility, not only in terms of works with high-end devices like the one that Matt mentioned, but also with really low-end devices. So again, a lot of people can play, more audience, more engagement. So it's really important here.